An ex-British soldier was unlawfully killed in Ukraine by a man who purported to be his friend. Former paratrooper 36-year-old Daniel Burke from South Manchester had formed a mercy company to help soldiers from Ukraine fighting on the front line against Russia. He had gone over to Ukraine in the midst of the conflict with Russia to support the resistance with his company, the Dark Angels, which worked alongside the country's military. He was found dead in the country in September 2023 after being reported missing by his family in August. His body was found in what was described at the inquest as an old abandoned training ground near the district of Zaporizhzhia on September 16th, 7 weeks after his death. He had suffered multiple gunshot wounds, and the inquest heard they were fired from an assault rifle. The court heard he was hit in the head, neck and chest, and it is likely his death occurred rapidly. The inquest heard a suspect, who wasn't named at the inquest but was known to Mr Burke, was identified and briefly held by the Ukrainian authorities. Mr Burke and the man who was armed were together the day he died. GMP previously said it had been informed by authorities in Ukraine they had a suspect in their investigation named Abdel Fattah Adam Noreen, also known as Jihadi Adam, an Australian-Algerian dual national. The suspect, when interviewed, gave a different version of events as to what happened, GMP Detective Sergeant Daniel Burke told the inquest. The suspect took authorities to the training ground to locate Daniel's body, and the inquest heard the suspect said he killed Mr Burke accidentally during a training exercise. He confirmed there was at least 2 shots, with one being fired as he carried Mr Burke over his shoulder during the exercise. The suspect said the second shot was fired for reasons unknown to him. The inquest was told that Ukrainian authorities employed a ballistics expert who said it was impossible to fire the assault rifle accidentally. The suspect, who has dual nationality, was held briefly in Ukraine but fled the country at some point after his detention. His whereabouts are currently unknown. The coroner said Mr Burke died with bravery and valour but was killed by cowardice and dishonour. Coroner Zach Gollenbeck said Daniel was unarmed and unable to defend himself. He was killed by multiple gunshot wounds, which would, in this country at least, relate to a murder and therefore an unlawful killing. After the conclusion of the inquest, GMP said it had provided an important step forward for Daniel's family.
Our deepest condolences are with Daniel's family and close friends who have been at the heart of our pursuit for answers as they navigate through the complexities of Daniel's death. Their pain has been worsened by the lack of answers available in difficult and challenging circumstances that have unfolded over these past 17 months. We hope that today's ruling of unlawful killing goes some way in reassuring Daniel's family and loved ones that this wasn't an accident. Daniel was killed and his family deserve answers. Specialist family liaison officers were sent to support Daniel's family from the outset after he was suspected to have been killed in the Ukraine, to offer support but also to answer any questions his family may have in relation to what will happen during the investigative process that would soon follow. GMP coordinated efforts with UK DVI, the Foreign Office, the British Embassy, Ukrainian law enforcement agencies and also Daniel's family to help repatriate his body and bring him home so his family and friends could finally place him to rest. The conclusion of this inquest has provided an important step forwards for Daniel's family, but we are hopeful that the Ukraine authorities continue the investigative process over there in this case and bring the person responsible to justice. Thank you.